Xiaomi SU7. What is its true level of mechanical performance? Hello everyone, I'm Tangju. Last time, I took Huanzhuan from Chengdu to Shanghai's Xiamen Circuit and tested the Xiaomi SU7 for 2 laps. Honestly, back then it was just for fun, thinking it was just material for a video. But surprisingly, an SUV focused on family comfort was incredibly fast around Tianma. However, some netizens weren't convinced, saying it was only because Xiamen Circuit is too small. With no high-speed corners or elevation changes, they claimed the SU7 just relied on brute power. They dared us to take the SU7 to Zhejiang Circuit, which is known for handling. Alright then. This time we're going to Zhejiang Circuit. But what caught me off guard was my SU7 Max hadn't even arrived at Zhejiang Circuit yet when Xiaomi, during their September 25th launch event, already announced the official lap time for the SU7 at Zhejiang Circuit. The official driver was Luo Kai Luo. He used stock tires and set a time of 1 minute 43.3 seconds at Zhejiang Circuit. Not only did he beat a bunch of performance hot hatches, he even surpassed the legendary JDM car, the Honda NSX, which many fans consider unbeatable. But for my challenge at Zhejiang Circuit, I'm using Michelin Cup 2R tires, one of the top-tier semi-slick tires on the market. They are much better than the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S that Luo Kai Luo used, so I'm not worried at all. If I can't beat his time with these, I might as well find a new hobby. This time with the Xiaomi SU7, I'm planning to use it equipped with Michelin Cup 2R tires, the top-tier semi-slick tires. To see at Zhejiang Circuit with these tires, what lap time the SU7 can achieve? Because last time at Tianma, I used this set of Cup 2RS and only did 3 laps at Tianma. So, I think the tire tread still has some life left. I don't really want to spend money on a new set right now, so I'll use the same set of used tires from Tianma. Let's give it a try. It should definitely be faster than stock tires, but how much faster, I'm not sure. After all, the person driving on stock tires was Luo Kai Luo. But no matter what, it should be faster than his time. The only awkward problem is, when I decided to go for the lap, it was right before the National Day holiday. I couldn't book any regular track day at Zhejiang Circuit. Finally, after trying everything, I managed to get a spot in a novice training day. It cost 4,000 RMB for the day, but I only got 1 flying lap opportunity. We've now arrived at Zhejiang Circuit, but actually, today is neither a regular track day, nor a member day. It's a novice racing license training day. So it should be a beginner's session today. Later, there will be theoretical training first. And in the afternoon, we can go for a single flying lap. Of course, I didn't really want to join this novice training, since 4,000 RMB for just 1 lap is expensive. It's even more expensive than driving a GT3 at Shanghai Circuit. But I had no other choice, mainly because Zhejiang Circuit isn't usually open to the public. They're all practicing basic racing lines. The track is being driven in reverse, see? And then, I asked some of the other participants here today, and it turns out, all of them are at the track for the very first time. So I only have 1 flying lap chance later. And I might encounter slow traffic, which really tests my ability to seize the opportunity. So the question is, in terms of driving skill, Luo Kai Luo is probably slightly better than me, just a little bit, but my tires are clearly much better than his. So with only 1 lap opportunity, do I have a chance to beat Luo Kai Luo's time? Let me know your predictions in the comments. Next up, let's get straight to the action. Xiaomi SU7 Zhejiang Circuit flying lap. Let's go. They say the track is full of slow cars right now. No, they say about it. The track is full of slow cars right now. Every car on track is slow, including the Ferraris, including the Porsches. But I still have to go for it. So, how was it? Only 1 minute 43.6 for 36 seconds. Waited all day for just this one lap. Unfortunately, I didn't make the most of the opportunity. The final fastest lap was only 1 minute 43.6 seconds. I still haven't beaten Luo Kai Luo's time set on eco tires. How much faster, I'm not sure. After all, the person driving on stock tires was Luo Kai Luo. But no matter what, it should be faster than his time. It must be because of the weather, the track surface, the slow cars ... Otherwise, how could this happen, right? Fortunately, on the first day after the National Day holiday, October 8th, Zhejiang Circuit finally had a member day open to the public. For this day, I even gave up a track day. At the Nürburgring on October 9th, just finished the NCAV year-end finals. We're in Shanghai now, but we're heading out late to Zhejiang Circuit tonight. Because tomorrow, we're lapping the Xiaomi SU7. It's already 9 p.m. now. Let's see if by 11, we can break Luo Kai Luo's record. Ha ha ha! Let's go! So the question arises again, this time with a proper member day and no slow traffic. Can my first flying lap actually break Luo Kai Luo's record? So, were you blocked? Guess the lap time, 1:30, 1:29, 1:41. How much room for improvement? Plenty. There's still a lot of room. I felt I braked too early several times. I think it can get to 1:40. My first flying lap time was 1 minute 41.9 seconds. Hey, young Luo's driving skills are indeed pretty good. But they can't beat my superior tires. But actually, this lap time still has significant room for improvement, because the brake warning on the SU7 is way too conservative. I only braked moderately a couple of times, and it started alarming like crazy, which made me nervous. So, I released the brakes early on the last few moderate braking zones. But after coming in, I realized the brakes are actually very effective. Even after the warning, they performed great, but the system settings are very conservative. So it frantically alerts you even under moderate braking. This car's brakes are actually very good right now. Even after my last hard brake, while they were cooling down, this warning still appeared. That means the brakes are capable, but the warnings and alerts are much more conservative than before. Now I've even charged the battery fully, and it's still beeping. It's been 20 minutes, still beeping. I have no other choice. Let me try turning the power off. See if it stops then. It's still there, damn. What do we do? This is way too conservative. The brake temperature has come down now. Completely down. It's already cooled down ... Oh my goodness. What to do? Get the computer, use the computer to check, okay? Luckily, someone from Audra Club is here. So I asked the Audra Club technician to check it with the computer. Actually, I didn't originally book Audra Club service for that day, as I wasn't eligible because I wasn't driving a Porsche. But the SU7, but coincidentally, there was a Porsche owner also lapping at Zhejiang Circuit that day. He had booked Audra Club service, so I just, well, reluctantly got a free ride on their service. The technician was confused. Haven't you seen this situation before either? It's gone. Did you change some setting? It just triggered this over temperature warning and he cleared the code. So the question arises again, now that I know the brakes can be pushed hard. What can I achieve on my second Zhejiang Circuit flying lap? Can I successfully break into the wonderful world of 1 minute 40 seconds? Damn! Damn! Blocked by one of our own. Damn. Finished. Oh crap, man. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This guy was just asking me how to set the drive modes. And now he spins right in front of me. He lost it. I understand. He definitely didn't mean to drift. He probably wanted to get out of my way quickly. He must have seen me in his rearview mirror. But maybe the more he rushed, the more he lost control because that car has too much power. What a waste of a lap for me. Sorry, I held you up. Haha. Sorry. Did you see me? I saw you. I actually wanted to let you pass, and then can't blame him anymore. You wanted to let me pass. My guess was exactly right. It's okay. It's all part of the experience. I thought after the Xiaomi, no one else would block me. But then on the next lap's final corner, I got held up by her. Ferrari slowly cruising back to the pits. Had to lift off the throttle and brake early. Ooh. The Ferrari blocked me there. What a shame. Completely blocked by that Ferrari. That lap was going so well. So frustrating. And on the very next lap, I got blocked again in the triple apex section, this time by a Porsche. Completely stuck. Ruined. Come on. The optimal grip window for these tires is only about 1 or 2 laps. Getting blocked repeatedly honestly started to get to me. Not blocked. A 911 blocked me solidly out of the triple apex section. Did it turn green this lap? This lap was on for a 140. Look, you can see the delta, it showed 140, see? Got blocked solidly, that cost about 6/10. So I just aborted the lap. But fortunately, on the next lap, after letting countless cars pass, I finally found a clear lap and smoothly set a much faster time. Now that's more like it, really. So, how was it? 1 minute 41.1 seconds, 41.1. Alright, I knew it was possible. Really? Haha, as long as no slow car blocks me. How could I not achieve it? 1 clear lap is enough, haha. Earlier, when the tires were at their best, I could have easily broken into the 140 south. But then I encountered 2 slow cars that blocked me solidly. This lap's time was 1 minute 41.1 seconds, but actually this was only my second clean flying lap of the day. However, my tires were already past their prime this lap. The first sector was a full 0.59 seconds slower than a previous lap where I got blocked. My schedule that day was really tight. I had to fly to the Nürburgring right after driving the SU7, but seeing the lap time was already at 1 minute 41 seconds and 1 millisecond. I knew I couldn't find the lost 0.59 seconds anymore, but gaining just over a tenth and successfully breaking into the 140 south, I thought was still possible. So after charging the car, I told the camera crew to stop filming and pack for the Nürburgring trip. As for me, I went for one final lap, sink or swim. I really had to catch a flight soon. So the question arises again, can I seize this last opportunity and successfully break into the wonderful world of 1 minute 40 seconds? Make your predictions, everyone. Next up, let's hit the track for the third time. Xiaomi SU7 Zhejiang Circuit flying lap. Let's go! The Xiaomi SU7's challenge at Zhejiang Circuit begins now. While Beijing is already wearing long johns, the temperature in Shaoxing is still 32 degrees Celsius. No wonder, even Luzon chose to move north back in the day. Brake for turn 1. Before turn 2, I wouldn't dare ride the curb in my own car. Now, I just fly right over it. The SU7 soft suspension and the sausage curbs are a perfect match. Uphill into turn 3. Be a little patient. Then comes the right-hand high-speed blind corner ahead. A light tap on the brakes and dive in. Minimum corner speed 89 km per hour for a high center of gravity SUV. It's only about 5 km per hour lower than many supercars. This cornering speed is very impressive for a high-riding SUV. Then downhill into turn 6. From the track layout, you can see Zhejiang Circuit doesn't have many high-speed corners and because it's designed compactly, it's almost one corner after another. The driver hardly gets a moment to catch their breath. It's a big test for the car's handling. You could say on the mountain section, the SU7's high power isn't much use. If you had to pick one track in China, least suitable for the SU7 to set a lap time, Zhejiang Circuit would be number 1. Light brake into turn 9. Ahead is the famous triple apex section. Maybe the first corner's apex got worn down by Luo Kai Luo, so they recently installed a very high sausage curb. But I'm in an SUV, what do I care? Just drive straight over it. The disadvantage of the soft suspension now becomes an advantage. Going over curbs feels smooth. It easily absorbs big bumps without affecting grip after landing. Soft suspension doesn't necessarily mean slow on track. Hard suspension doesn't necessarily mean fast on track. It really depends on the track's characteristics. But in the previous high-speed corner, soft suspension definitely had no advantage. Ahead is the T15 hairpin. There's another slow Porsche ahead. I'm flashing my lights like crazy. Luckily, the driver noticed me and gave me the racing line. As expected from a Porsche owner, track awareness is much better than average. Into the final corner, the Xiaomi's brakes are still strong. I even think I braked a bit too much, so I released them slightly. On exit, I stomp on the accelerator. The car runs onto the grass, pushing as it speeds towards the finish line. Respectfully, the 1 minute 40-second mark. This lap's final time is 1 minute 40.9 seconds. It was my third clean flying lap of the day. Thank goodness, this lap wasn't blocked by slow traffic. I checked the data. The first sector was still 0.39 seconds slower than my previous blocked lap. I just couldn't find that time anymore. There was no way the tires had done 5 or 6 laps, long past their optimal grip window. I really tried my best. But this also indirectly shows this car truly has unexpected strengths. This lap time, if compared to other cars on the Zhejiang Circuit lap time board, ranks 43rd, just 0.1 seconds faster than a Porsche Cayman GTS on cup to tires. And if comparing with the same tires, it's 1.5 seconds faster than a Mercedes C63 Black Series, also using top semi-slick tires Trophy RS. Compared to another top performance car, also on Cup 2 are tires. The fastest 4-door sedan, the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, it's only 2.5 seconds slower for a car focused on family use with soft suspension, weighing to point for tons, essentially a grocery getter. You really can't ask for more. First, the brakes are truly excellent. Although the system is very conservative, and the constant alarms are annoying, the power delivery is also very smooth. The output is just right, not abrupt, nor does it waste power with excessive wheel spin. Even though it doesn't have an LSD, it never suddenly cuts power on the track. There's no speed limiter either, unlike many family EVs that have a factory top speed limit of 180 km per hour. Its top speed at Zhejiang Circuit reached 220 km per hour, only 3 km per hour lower than the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Remember, it's a full 200 kilograms heavier than the Taycan Turbo S. Of course, the car setup is clearly understeered. The suspension is very soft, lacking support in Zhejiang's sequential corners. It also feels a bit loose in high-speed corners. The steering feel is clearly geared towards comfort, filtering out most road feedback. Of course, these design choices are clearly meant to appeal to family car users. However, even though its overall design is so family-oriented, and its tuning is so comfort-focused, and even at China's most handling-demanding track, Zhejiang, its lap time is still very impressive. Actually, the reason is its solid foundation in mechanical performance. The battery doesn't overheat, power isn't limited, brakes don't fade, and the electronic systems don't intervene. Most family EVs can't handle even 1 lap on the track. Either they go into thermal protection before 1 lap, or a bunch of error codes pop up and systems can't switch to sport mode, etc, etc, etc. Many cars look sporty on the outside, but when you really push them to the limit, few can actually deliver. But the Xiaomi SU7 handles this perfectly fine. No issues at all. I was actually curious why the Xiaomi SU7, as a family car, has such strong track capabilities. So I was quite curious about this. Regarding this, I specifically consulted Xiaomi's engineers. They said that from the very beginning of developing the SU7, even though the tuning is family-oriented, they built in sufficient performance headroom in both software and hardware. It's not that they expect everyone to track their car. That's unrealistic, but they didn't want their car to be just like most family cars on the market. They felt that would be too generic, lacking any distinguishing features. It said that with this philosophy, back when CEO Lei Jun first decided to build a car, he wanted the first model to be launched, the SU7, to take a different, sporty path. For this, he invited about 30 respected professional automotive media for research and feedback. The result, 28 of them said a sporty focus would fail. They all said Chinese consumers prefer balanced, conventional, spacious cars without strong characteristics. They all started lecturing CEO Lei. It really frustrated him at the time, but fortunately, Xiaomi persisted. They didn't take the fake sporty looks route, but instead used real lap times on track after track, and their mechanical prowess to carve their own path. Honestly, that's a really inspiring story. So, that's all for this episode of Tang Ju Yaosh. I'm Tang Ju. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.